Winnie. Winnie. Lleva, creo que 26-2, 26-3.
26-3.
Le ayudó a...
He look like some Floyd Mayweather shit.
Look at it, look. Slick.
Wait till that start hitting that body.
Yeah.
Alvarez hit that body.
Look how slick.
Saul Canelo Alvarez working on the historic, legendary Iron Mike Tyson slip uppercut, slip hook for his highly anticipated now showdown.
Mike Tyson slip uppercut slip hook for his highly anticipated now showdown. Mike Tyson recently visited and trained with Canelo Alvarez in preparation for Canelo's upcoming bout against Terence Crawford. The legendary heavyweight offered strategic insights and motivation, enhancing Canelo's training camp. Their collaboration reflects mutual respect and Tyson's continued influence in boxing, adding intrigue to the upcoming showdown. Mike Tyson praised Canelo Alvarez, highlighting his slick movements and powerful physique. Tyson remarked that Canelo's sharp defense and smooth footwork reminded him of a young Floyd Mayweather. Impressed by Canelo's discipline and skill, Tyson expressed confidence in his ability to handle Terence Crawford in their upcoming fight.
He's white. He can box. He's slick.
He look like some Floyd Mayweather shit.
Look at it. Slick.
Wait till that start hitting that body.
Yeah.
Alvarez hit that body.
Look how slick. Mike, look how slick he is.
Oh, he's gonna get.
Caleb buried his daughter when she was 2 years old.
Yeah.
He's got that.
In an interview, when Mike Tyson was asked about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, he notably refrained from giving a direct answer. Instead, Tyson simply replied that the world will find out soon enough. His choice to stay silent on the matter speaks volumes. Tyson, known for his brutal honesty and sharp eye for talent, seemed to suggest that this isn't a match to speculate about lightly, it's one that demands to be witnessed. This cautious yet telling response hints at the unpredictable nature of this fight and the respect Tyson has for both men.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
We're gonna see.
Mike Tyson has long been involved in mentoring the next generation of fighters. His focus is always on precision, how to move effectively, use angles, and apply pressure with proper timing, whether it's about throwing a punch with intent or defending with finesse. Tyson stresses mastery of the basics. This dedication to fundamentals has influenced many young fighters, and it also explains why Tyson admires those who show discipline in the ring. It's not just about power for Tyson, it's about using it. How
are you moving your feet, Mike?
Just go and look.
Right way at the right time. How are you moving your feet, Mike? I'm just going. When asked to evaluate the matchup, Tyson didn't sugarcoat his thoughts. He openly called it a dangerous path for Crawford, pointing out the difference in physicality. He highlighted Canelo's compact strength, his subtle but effective head movement, and relentless forward pressure. According to Tyson, these qualities could seriously trouble Crawford, especially since Canelo is used to fighting and beating larger opponents. Tyson's concern wasn't about Crawford's talent, but the wisdom of stepping into the ring with someone who thrives in higher weight classes and has built his reputation on overwhelming fighters with controlled aggression.
What do you think?
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Even though Tyson considers the fight a risky proposition, he doesn't undermine Crawford's ability. In fact, he praised Crawford's past performances, notably mentioning how dominant he looked against Israel Madrimov. Crawford's ring IQ, timing, and ability to adjust mid-fight are aspects Tyson respects deeply. However, Tyson draws a clear line between ability and practicality. Just because someone can fight doesn't always mean they should. His concern lies more with the physical toll and what happens when skill meets brute force in an unforgiving weight category. I
just came from Crawford's last fight.
In L.A.?
Yes.
You went to it. What'd you think?
I thought that was a tough guy, and that guy gave, you know what I mean? I'm glad that he came back the last 2 rounds. You know, that guy was very awkward and strong.
Super awkward.
Yeah, and this guy fights anybody. Crawford fights anybody.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that, you know, because you got to look good in order for you won't mess up your next fight. Because if you fight this guy, you don't look good. The fans say, I don't want. He's not gonna look good or win with this guy. You gotta constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's gonna make you look good. The guy gotta pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
Weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah, awkward as a motherfucker.
You think are you ready? You think the world's ready for Crawford Canelo?
I support Crawford and Canelo both, but
I mean, it's the fight people want to see, right?
I don't think they want to see him fight Canelo. You think so? You think they want to see him fight Canelo?
Yeah, for sure.
It's why I think it's what Crawford wants too, right?
He wants to fight him too.
I think he wants to make history.
It's a big fight.
Well, that's to make history is worth doing it.
Yeah, I think he wants to. You ever follow the WWE?
I love WWE.
Tyson's skepticism is grounded in logic. Jumping multiple weight divisions is not merely a mental challenge, it's a physical gamble. Canelo Alvarez, as Tyson points out, is naturally bigger, stronger, and has adapted well to higher divisions. The idea of Crawford, who has fought the majority of his career in lighter divisions, suddenly competing at this level raises red flags for Tyson.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know. And he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky, yeah.
The fight approaches. Footage from Canelo's training sessions reveals a fighter entirely focused on preparation. His routines showcase explosive combinations, crisp movement, and sustained conditioning drills that reflect a serious commitment.
There's just guys that just have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up for hooks? Yeah. And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him, hey, boom! Bro, he hits so hard.
Throughout his life, Tyson has praised fighters who blend brute force with technical depth, and Canelo fits that mold perfectly in his eyes. Tyson is particularly impressed with how Canelo navigates the ring, using feints, slipping punches, and delivering counter shots with deadly accuracy. To Tyson, Canelo is a rare mix of old-school toughness and modern-day boxing intelligence.
I think Canelo should beat him, overpower him, but Canelo's not moving his head no more. The other guy is just hitting him, and that's what gives the other guy confidence. He can hit.
For Crawford, the risk is not a deterrent, it's the very reason he wants the fight. He sees this moment as a potential legacy-defining chapter, the kind of high-stakes challenge that separates great fighters from legends. Crawford isn't entering this matchup just to participate, he's there to etch his name into the history books.
I think me and Canelo will make for a great fight. It's the best fight in boxing right now. And you got two first ballot Hall of Famers going head to head with each other. And everybody want to see how Terence is going to do going up 2 more weight classes.
A lot of people making a big deal about the weight. You just walked in here. You don't look like a 54 right now.
I just think a lot of people is adopting other people's thoughts.
I've seen Canelo in person.
Yeah.
Even for him, 168 is a big weight class.
Facts. And he's always the smallest person in his division. When you got Usyk fighting Tyson Fury, you know, Tyson Fury was the massive fighter over Usyk.
I'm not even so sure Canelo will be the bigger guy.
He'd probably be thicker, but I'm taller. You know, he have his strong points in the fight. I have mine. So.
Crawford has openly acknowledged that the payday is substantial, but money isn't his main motivation. What drives him is the chance to test himself against the best and redefine what's possible in boxing. Taking on someone as decorated as Canelo and doing it on such a grand stage offers a once-in-a-lifetime chance to alter his narrative forever. Who's
biggest fight in boxing?
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Everyone's talking about the weight differences. What's your kind of response to that, Terence?
That's why we fight the fight. So September 12th, we all going to see if the weight going to make a difference or not.
Do you want to fight him twice and then retire? Is that kind of the ideal thing for you?
One fight at a time. One fight at a time.
Former champion Mikey Garcia has weighed in siding with Canelo primarily because of his physical dominance. Garcia believes that if Crawford cannot neutralize Canelo's aggression early, the sheer force and relentless pressure will begin to take a toll. He respects Crawford's talent, but views this matchup as one that heavily favors the bigger man.
I'm not even a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size. I'm a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even greater for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and at that point it's more of a big fight, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Bitterbeef or Revolt again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys.